Welcome to ArchRivals Football. Here is your starting lineup. Number 20, Darnell the Playmaker Salins. Number 94, Alex the Bearman Alcazaz. Number 24, Ricky Litwinkowicz. This show is sponsored by Raz Energy, DreamControllers.com, and Steiner Sports. ArchRivals Football is a Pain Train Pipe Bomb production. What is up? It is Saturday, September 25th, 2021, as we are delving into the Sunday of Week 3. The Monday of Week 3, and a lot of crap happening this week on the NFL side of the football. The worldwide bastard rears his ugly head once again, and all I gotta say is that this week will be a very, very interesting week, not only news-wise, but game-wise as well, because the lineups are ultimately crazy for this week. So let's shoot around the desk, so to speak. We got Darnell, the Playmaker Salins. What's doing, D?
Was good. Hey, this is a big week. We usually don't get big weeks like this early in the season, but this is a big week.
A lot of great matchups, I got to tell you that. Bearman, what's doing?
What's good, homie? Ready to go, brothers.
So before we went on the air, Darnell, you actually missed this, and it's something I really want to talk about. The Bearman got to experience the NFL quarterback competition from 2003. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
No. What? 2003 quarterback competition?
Yes. Really? Your quarterback for the Rams was Mark Bulger instead of Kurt Warner.
Yeah, I know.
Throwing the skins all over the place.
Yeah, I know. We were still good around that time.
Bearman actually got to see a very young Thomas Edward Brady from 2003. That was crazy.
Indeed, I did, gentlemen.
And I got to tell you, I really wish that the NFL would actually bring that competition back, because especially on the mobility parts, they had a lot of scrambling, and I would love to see Kyler Murray run half the routes that they had to do on the show. But yes, definitely, it was it was an experience to go back to 2003, because I do remember the game in 2007 being on the N64, so a little bit of a gaming tune for that. All right.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Thursday night football.
Yes, we're going to Thursday night right now. There it is.
Thursday night football. It was the Carolina Panthers starting off 2-0 against the Houston Texans, who were 1-1 and did not have Tyrod Taylor. So Davis Mills got the start for the Texans. Davis Mills did pretty good. He did what he was told to do, but Carolina's being Carolina. They did lose Christian McCaffrey. That's interesting to see going forward, because he would be out some game with hamstring injury. But Sam Darnold and the Panthers 3-0, moving on. First team to get 3-0, 24-9 victory. Carolina might be serious, Bearman. Carolina might be serious. I'm gonna put a mic right there. They might be serious.
Well, that's the best way to put it, Playmaker. They just might be, but we can't ignore the fact that they did beat the Houston Texans, but at some cost, because Christian McCaffrey got hurt, hamstring injury, J.C. Horn, their first-round pick, and also, I believe, the wide receiver, DJ Moore, also got hurt.
No, DJ Moore came back.
Okay.
But they did lose one of the number one draft picks, J.C. Horn, as you mentioned, broken foot. We don't know how long he's going to be out. We don't know how long he's going to be out.
Well, if it's a broken foot, that's automatically a couple of weeks. As far as Christian McCaffrey goes, it's a hamstring injury. Some are already saying he's not going to play in their next game against Dallas, but we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think they've officially ruled out McCaffrey.
Yes, he is. He asked. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks minimum.
He is? Okay. All right. NFL.com confirmed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now they're out McCaffrey, and now they're out, with J.C. Horn. So, I mean, that probably gives a little bit of breathing room for the Cowboys because they have to play the Panthers at home this coming Sunday next week.
Well, I really think it's just going to be interesting because it seems every time that Carolina starts to get on some type of a run, and I'm not going to venture back to the 15-1 season, but I will say this though, that every time it seems that Carolina does get on a run a little bit, it's always a Christian McCaffrey injury. And I really want to say that it's a very big possibility that, granted, they've tried to ride McCaffrey the majority of the season so far, but it's also the same, right? They've been also trying to not give him the huge workload, and it just doesn't end up not panning out for that. Like they based his entire his game in their offense, which is a problem.
Here's the problem in McCaffrey's case, Ricky, is that going back to last year, McCaffrey has become quite injury prone.
This is the third season in a row he's gotten hurt, I believe. Is that right, Darnell?
Third, yeah.
It's the third season in a row he's gotten hurt.
Well, that first one, he got hurt towards the end of the season anyway. So, do I really count that one?
I would.
Okay, so 3 in a row.
I mean, the bottom line is McCaffrey is becoming injury prone, and in the Panthers' case, that is a major cause for concern.
Again, I understand that they got some great running backs behind them, but that's a very huge loss.
We don't know yet. Cuba Herbert was great at Oklahoma State, but we don't know how he gonna pan out in the NFL. We gonna find out. First up is the Cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out next week.
I will just say this, that it's a very interesting thing. There was a rundown on Facebook. It just so happens that quarterbacks that usually succeed after leaving Adam Gase win championships. It was he left a high school team. They won a college. They won a championship after that. At this point right now, Darnold's left Adam Gase, and he's 3-0 as a starter now. Can we kind of say that the Adam Gase thing is a curse?
You might as well, right? Because Sam Darnold's numbers don't lie. So, I mean, might as well just tell like it is. So, yeah, it's good to see Sam Darnold was set free. Might as well declare. Even though it was declared a long time ago, I think now it's confirmed.
What do you think, Darnell?
Is he still coaching?
I don't think so. I don't even know if Adam Gase is anywhere around, but
that answers your question.
I'm pretty sure that we'll have one of our head analysts go and check that out, Mr. Stephen Waldman, to see if Adam Gase is still coaching in the NFL. We do want to shout out a bunch of people watching out on the Pipe Bomb page, watching out on the ArchRivals page, watching out on the Twitter, which officially the downfall of Periscope happened today. So that's kind of a little bit on the crazy side, but you know what? That's life, and that's how we're just going to deal with it. But everybody hanging out, come and conversate with us. We got picks coming up. We got news coming up throughout the show, including some key IR things that have made happen today, which is a little bananas. But yeah. All right.
All right. So
week 3 starting.
As far as picks go, we have some discrepancy because on the ESPN one, Bearman's picks don't match up with his picks on Saturday.
Listen, he could do a show and then change his mind on the ESPN picks from what the show picks are. Then again,
no, I think he does his ESPN pick first, and then he does his Saturday picks.
I don't do.
Well, you know what? It's not happening this week, Playmaker.
I do not put my NFL picks in on ESPN until after the show is over.
Exactly.
Which is usually about like midnight.
Exactly. So, and they all the same pick that you say on Saturday anyway.
Well, yeah, kind of. Exactly. Unless I find something else out like that happens throughout the day, you know.
So between the three, so our Saturday picks, Ricky's in first, 22 and I believe 10 record.
Yeah.
Bearman's in second, with 20 and 16, and I'm in last with 18 and 14. Back-to-back 9-7 records.
Listen, I'm telling you. What's the ESPN one again? Where am I in that one?
I believe you're in second. Who cares?
By 30 points, baby.
Who cares?
30 points. I'm coming for the top spot.
I'm in ninth place, and Bearman's behind me.
Mark, what was the final score in the Irish game? Because I was gonna bet it, but didn't.
Actually, I mean, Mark's got to be happy from that result. But go ahead,
they scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth late in the fourth quarter to blow that game open.
Oh man, I should have took them. Fuck. All right, whatever.
2 pick sixes, like really.
Maryland is stomping Kent State right now, which is kind of.
They're supposed to.
All right. Game 1. The newly added stats are on the screen, so we don't have to work Bearman too hard. We have the 0-2 Indianapolis Colts traveling down to Music City to go to the Tennessee Titans. Adam Gase is not coaching. Thank you for that research, Stephen. We have a lovely game here. The percentages, we have Tennessee at 65% winning percentage, covering the spread at 52%, and the line we have is Tennessee by 6, under over 48. Which one?
The amazing thing is that they still saying it's a possibility that Carson Wentz might play this damn game.
He is listed as questionable. We have injuries for both teams. Jordan Glasgow, linebacker, out. Braden Smith, foot, thumb, out for the Colts. Questionable. Carson Wentz, both ankles.
How he's questionable? He sprained both ankles. Not one, but both.
For the Tennessee Titans, we have Caleb Farley out. Anthony Fursker, tight end, knee out. Derek Robertson, outside linebacker, knee out. Questionable, Bud Dupree, knee. Yeah, this may be can we call this one of the bruised peach games?
Look, if Carson Wentz plays, he's not going to be Carson Wentz. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. There's no way he's going to be able to move. Secondly, the Titans secondary is horrific, like legit horrific. Even though they won in Seattle last week, because what did they do? What did I say was the key of beat Seattle in Seattle?
Running King Henry.
And what did they do?
King Henry.
They ran King Henry. So it's one of those games. It's like, you can't trust the Titans defense, but the coach defense might be on the field a lot longer because what if it's Jacob Eason? What if it's Sam Ehlinger? I believe that's the third string quarterback for the Colts. Am I correct? From Texas?
I'm not sure.
And you talking, and there's a possibility Carson Wentz still might play. So it's one of those. You just, like Ricky said, it's one of those is you pick and you just hope for the best because one of these two teams is gonna happily win the LC South by default. We don't believe in Jacksonville. Houston has all kinds of quarterback problems. So I'm just going to pick Tennessee just for the hell of it. They're at home.
Bearman, I'm going to leave this one to you first. I will say this. I have a quite a mixed bag on this lovely kibosh.
I mean, the way Darnell just said it, it's quite simply put. The quarterback situation with the Indianapolis Colts is just so stressful. And just to confirm, Sam Ehlinger is actually on injured reserve. He's been on injured reserve since, I believe, September 2nd. So the quarterback situation is so blank that we don't know what to expect. And I saw a headline that head coach Frank Reich is not ready to officially name a starter. That's just how stressful the situation is. So that being said, I mean, I'm going to have to – it's, just like out the door, Tennessee. I mean, King Henry ought to have another good game, and Tennessee ought to come to this game highly motivated, but still, don't want to take anything lightly, but I would still believe Tennessee's coming in motivated.
Let's let's analyze this lovely situation because I see a lot of people with the under in this game. This is potentially going to be one of those OMG moments where we possibly could see not only Carson Wentz re-sprain his ankle again, but you hear that like OMG Dak Prescott thing from last year with Carson Wentz. I'm looking at that as very, very possible. Tennessee, even though their secondary is garbage, I will say that they still do have a potentially
what is that word you just used?
Garbage.
Ricky, if you're trying to imitate a French accent, you need to work on that, brother.
No. I'm speaking Brooklynese. People will understand what I'm talking about.
What is that messed up? Garbage and what?
It is just a little bit more bougie way of saying the word garbage. Garbage.
Okay.
I'm pretty much gonna say here. I'm looking for a possibility of Indy going 0-3, and we will say that the King Henry effect will be very large. Yeah, Mark has just confirmed the garbage comment. And we have a bunch of new people in here. I'll shout them out in a few minutes. I think I said, what was it, 6, I said? I'll honestly say this. I don't think this game is going to be by 6. And for those that are on the betting lines, this is what I usually do for a semi-living. I do make picks. 48 points. Definitely I would go probably about 40, maybe. I'll take Tennessee laying the 6. 27-13 around that, but I think King Henry's going to be the key piece, and I don't think Ryan Tannehill has enough huevos to throw against this Colts defense.
Nope, not at all.
All right, let's shout out some people. Stephen Walman, Mark Braverman, Daniel Medley's in the house. We got Lars the Viking in the house. Josh Kirby, what's doing? And that's it. But you guys could... Oh, Macy's in the house. Macy's in the house. Yay. We got almost the entire Pipe Bomb family in here.
Big game tonight for them Sooners.
I'm so happy that you're tuning in, Josh. It's good to see you, brother.
Big game tonight for them Sooners.
We got Ronnie's in the house, too. And please, everybody, share this thing out. Because I just found out that Pipe Bomb Radio is now trending on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So that is now our second show in 2 weeks that is currently trending amongst the internet. This show and Pipe Bomb Radio NYC.
So you know, Ricky, I've been sharing this out as well. Been messaging some of my closest friends. Not gonna stop, brother. Not gonna stop.
Nicole, thank you for popping in. We wish you could stay a little bit longer if you had the chance. Next up, I don't really want to stay on this game too long.
Wait a minute. So, the Atlanta Falcons 0-2. I hit the New York Giants 0-2. And guess what today? And guess what that game is going to be mostly about? Eli Manning getting his jersey retired. How you like that?
You'd kind of hope and pray that the Giants actually step up throughout this game. And for those betting, the Giants are favored to win by 52%, but Atlanta will be covering the points at 54%.
Dang, what's the spread?
The spread for the Giants game is actually only 3 points, and the under-over is 47.5. We bumped that to 48 because you cannot score a half point in the NFL, you pricks. The no fun league. I will tell you this. I'm going to give a little bit of an outlook on this first. Somebody's got to win a game, unless it's miraculously like a 17-17 tie after overtime.
Hey, don't bring that up. We don't want to speak from positions here. Come on, what are you doing?
Wouldn't it just be only carte blanche that these both teams are so crappy that they finish in a 17-17 tie? Would you really be that upset if it ended in a 17-17 tie?
Come on now. You gotta be nice. My sister's a Falcons fan. You gotta be nice.
We shouldn't even be talking about this game. This game will not even make one of my screens tomorrow. How about that?
You got like 32 screens. I don't know how.
It won't. I'm not making any offense to this. I would rather watch fencing than this game. And I have no clue what fencing is about.
What the? I'm going on mute.
Bearman, do you want to give us a little bit of output on this Atlanta Giants game?
Hold on, you picking the Giants, right?
I'm getting to that, brother.
I'm talking to him. He went first.
I'll be honest with you. It would just be ironic if
you gotta pick. So you ain't getting out of this one. You gotta pick.
Again, like this is one of the games we really shouldn't be covering. It should have been like last on the list.
You wanted the order of the games, so I gave you the order of the games.
Well, I actually also once again went off the NFL.com thing.
Where do you think I got it from?
Well, okay, so Russell Gage is out, AJ Terrell and Frank Darby is out for the Falcons. Questionable Evan Ingram and Kenny Golladay, which they can't get him into the offense, period. Jason, we are getting to that. We're going down the schedule in somewhat order. Yeah, I'm gonna.
The battle who sucks. I love it, Mark. I love it. The battle who sucks.
I'm regretfully picking the New York Giants.
He picked the Giants.
I'm regretfully picking the Giants, and
I got that. And I even caught the fact he said he regretfully does it. So anyway, first of all, I want to give a shout out to John Long, one of my good friends, for tuning in. John, it's good to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. You know, and I love how Mark entitles this game as the battle of, you know, who really sucks. And Mark, not to outshine you or anything, but I prefer to say, you know, the battle of the jabronis. But
I also do want to mention, and I'm going to shout out Daniel Medley, because if he does this throughout the rest of the show, I will be very giggly. He says that this game will be a 35-35 tie, both teams turning the ball over 4 times. Again, I don't even think 35-35. I think 17-17 would be more apropos than anything else. Shout out to Chris Jericho for using apropos. There's always going to be some type of wrestling thing going on.
Well, there isn't.
But
anyway,
I again, like, this game will not make my screen. Like, so far, the indie game probably will. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. But it's not your fault, Ricky. The adrenaline is just, it's out of your control, brother. And I feel that. But anyway, and, Mark seems to agree. I mean, yeah, Mark said it good, but the best way to do it is just say, the battle of the jabronis. But the Giants have a lot of problems. And this is actually something I want. This is why I want Steve Waldman to be on my Cowboys show. And I'd like to have him on it when we recap the NFC East. So if we do anything with the Cowboys and Giants game, the problem with the Giants is the freaking play caller, Jason Garrett. Okay, the dude is stuck in the 1990s, okay, but I still believe that the Giants are obviously going to, have the better chance of winning. I mean, in the Giants' case, if Eli Manning's jersey is being retired and they lose it in an embarrassing way, that's definitely not going to be good. But look, whether we like Daniel Jones or not, Daniel Jones can make good plays, but I think the Giants will win this game. But there's still going to be a lot of questionable play calling that's going to make us scratch our heads. And in some of the case of the Giants or some Cowboy fans, because, a lot of us still hate Jason Garrett, we probably always will. We'll ask ourselves, what the hell was that?
I just want to point out that I am taking the under for this game, and as much as we want to blame Mr. JG for half of the crap that he does, if the Giants players don't perform, maybe they should be playing in the CFL.
Yeah. Anyway, but to seal the deal, yeah, I got the Giants. I mean, as far as the difference between the two is the Giants have a bit more weapons, especially on the offense, and the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons, there's too many unanswered questions. There's too many unknown circumstances. So, yeah, I don't see how the Falcons have a chance. So I'm going to go with the G-Man. And Mark, it's always good to see you, brother.
But Darnell, are you picking the Bruised Peach game of the week?
So these two teams were two of my dumbass picks in week 1, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Who I picked? I picked the Giants over the Broncos, dummy. And I picked the Falcons over the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. So both of them have pretty much stuck you in the balloon knot.
Eli Jersey game retired. Jason Garrett's the offensive coordinator for the Giants. Hold on, what's that injury report again that you just threw out there?
We have Russell Gage and Frank Darby at wideouts out. AJ Terrell, cornerback, out for the Falcons. Cam Brown out for the Giants. Ebner, Evan Ingram, and Kenny Golladay questionable.
You know what, sis? I'm ride with your Falcons on this one.
And if she doesn't, she'll probably, if they don't win, she'll still probably whoop your ass. Okay, next up, I see this as one of the top 5 games of the week. It is the divisional matchup of the LA Chargers traveling to one of the loudest stadiums ever in American football history, the Kansas City Chiefs. We have Kansas City's winning percentage at 65%, covering at 51%. The NFL Vegas betting odds for KC and the Chargers is Kansas City by a touchdown, 55 points scored. Who would love to go on this one?
So we have two teams coming off.
Okay, Darnell.
Two teams coming off shocking losses. Chargers losing to the Cowboys at the last second off of Greg Zuerlein field goal. Go ahead and give you a round of applause, Bear Man. Even though you picked the Chargers.
I mean, hey, Greg Zuerlein, that's a guy you're very familiar with, Darnell. So I'm sure you would have more faith in him than I did.
Wasn't he the kicker that ended the Rams season last year and then began the fucking season for the Cowboys this year in the same stadium?
No, that's the year before.
No.
Because Zuerlein was the kicker for the Rams last year, correct?
No.
Zuerlein signed with the Cowboys in the 2020 offseason. I believe 2019 was the final year that Zuerlein was with the Rams.
2019.
Yeah.
2019.
But continue, playmaker.
And shouts out to Lamar Jackson. Finally got one over Patrick Mahomes. First loss for Patrick Mahomes in September. First interception he threw in September. A lot of first happened last Sunday night. Now we got both teams facing each other. AFC West, one of the toughest divisions out there. I love Justin Herbert. Y'all know how much I love Justin Herbert.
Yeah, we know.
But it's still September, right?
Yeah.
And it's in Arrowhead, right?
Yep.
I gotta go Kansas City.
You know, you know what I hate about the way that they do stadiums now? It is now called GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium.
And it's still Arrowhead. That's all I need to know.
They're a bunch of idiots. Just call it Arrowhead Stadium. Why do they just not call it Arrowhead Stadium? Pains in the ass.
I gotta pick Mahomes over Herbert. I'm sorry. That pains me to say that, but I gotta pick Kansas City.
I'm not surprised you did.
By the way, there is a bet in the chat, Darnell.
Oh Lord.
This is the bet between you and Mr. Stephen Waldman proposed. This is a proposed bet on the show. Okay? No monetary value involved. He says you have to eat a raw onion on ArchRivals if the Giants beat the Falcons, and if it's vice versa, he will put a Rams profile picture for a day.
No.
Do we up it for a week?
No.
I'll negotiate.
No.
You can't do an onion?
I ain't doing nothing. The fact that I had to pick that damn game was disgusting.
So there's no negotiating. There's nothing that can be done, right, Darnell?
No, I flipped the coin and I picked the Falcons. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I mean,
I flipped the coin. I picked the Falcons.
If you're that confident, then fine. We'll leave it at that.
By the way, we are now being tagged on every major sports network by the guys in the chat. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
You know how hard it is to pick against two dumb teams right now.
Okay, so this is my little Bearman, did you throw a pick out on the chat?
Oh, not yet, but may I go?
Yes, sure.
All right. Well, you know, as you a friendly reminder from you, Ricky, is that Patrick Mahomes was undefeated in September. I guess that was until last week. So that means that Patrick Mahomes is pretty fucking mad, as are the entire Chiefs. So I mean, look, this game, look, the Chargers are the Chargers, okay? I don't care how good the Chiefs look, okay? The Chargers are not going to go away, okay? You got to make them go away, especially in the case of Justin Herbert. But in the case of the Chargers is no stupid penalties like those costly, unsportsmanlike conducts. The coaching needs to do a better job in the Chargers, okay? But I have to go with the Chiefs because it's their turf, and, it's a loud stadium, so the Chiefs are holding the cards. But I do expect the Chargers to put up a hell of a fight. But I think the Chiefs are going to escape the way. And I'm going to use that term loosely, guys. Escape.
He said the Chiefs escape at home.
Well, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a.
It's hard to escape the lightning storm.
It's kind of like this. I will say this pick is a gut punch right now because I know this is going to be a really, really good game. And the Chiefs are notorious for not having a great run defense.
Hey, you're going to have Tony Romo calling the game.
I could listen again. It's going to be how much you're going to have Austin Eckler running around on the field, whether he's running the ball or he's catching it out of the backfield, because it's almost the similar Carolina setup on that offense. Chargers don't have Chris Harris. Justin Jones is doubtful. Joey Bosa, questionable. Key piece there for the Mahomes running around deal. Doubtful for Frank Clark with a hamstring. Chris Jones with a wrist. Shavarius Ward, quad. That's already 3 key defenders for that game. Daniel, I totally agree with that because I do not like Colin Cowherd. He is a overblown doof.
I gotta praise Daniel. Daniel's just helping us big time. Daniel, God bless you, brother.
Well, Daniel understands what we're trying to do here.
I think he meant Fox. I don't think he meant ESPN.
Either way, Colin Cowherd should be in a dumpster fire in the middle of like Midwest Virginia. I just picked a state out randomly, so if I downed your state, don't take it personally. Kansas City by 7. I'm not feeling the spread, to be honest. I think this game actually might be a lot closer than people think. So I would probably take the Chargers getting the points, KC winning, and the over at 55. Yeah, no, I'm taking the under on this. This is going to be 51 points tops. I don't see any type of virtual blowout. So
it seems that you also believe the Chargers will fight.
Again, there's a lot of things that the Kansas City's defense has to really take into account. And I'm going to tell you, Keenan Allen is going to be one of those big pieces. Mike Williams is going to be a big piece to see if he can run loose. The Chargers offense isn't the Kansas City offense, but if they go and isolate again the cheetah like they did the last, like it happened on Monday night, not Monday night, Sunday Night Football, the Chiefs might actually be in trouble here. So I'm saying like 51 points total, 27-24. Like you probably said, KC's probably going to escape. I'm not going to doubt Patrick Mahomes. He's obviously only 11-1 in September. So, yep, I'm going to go Kansas City, San Diego getting points, and the under. Next up. Oh, my God. I never thought I would even have to worry about this game here.
Funny how things change. I got you.
Yes, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
Bearman, you gonna go first, but I'm gonna give out all the news and notes. All right. All right. So Ben is dealing with a left patellar muscle. He's doing everything he can to play. Most likely a game time decision. If not, it'll be Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins playing. TJ Watt was downgraded to out, I believe, yesterday or earlier this morning. So he's out. Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they are thriving. They are playing. They coming off a win at they come off a loss at Chicago, while Pittsburgh's coming off a loss at home to the Raiders. So both teams are 1-1 AFC North battle. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out in the Steel City. Go ahead, Bearman.
Well, based on everything you just announced, again, the whole situation with Ben Roethlisberger, Well, I mean, Cincinnati is obviously coming off a bad loss to the Chicago Bears, and I'm still affected by that. And I think, and you know why, Darnell, but we don't need to get into that. With TJ Watt ruled out, that's definitely a huge major blow for the Steeler defense because TJ Watt is the golden child of the Steeler defense. So without him, I believe he's actually their sack leader, and he's one of the top guys in the in sacks right now. It's still early in the season. But with Joe Burrow, I expect him to have a good game. And with the injuries to the Steelers, I'm gonna make a tough decision, but I think Cincinnati is gonna pull it off. I mean, Joe Burrow is gonna have one of these games where it's gonna be like he's the hero in a freaking movie, in a thriller film.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have some flat tires that they really are going to be concerned with tomorrow against the Cincinnati Bungles.
And that's why I have to go with Cincinnati, because we don't know if Ben Roethlisberger will play. Like Darnell said, it's probably a game time decision.
Yes, but also at the same rate, the Steelers know Deontay Johnson, he's out. No Alex Highsmith, out. Carlos Davis, out. TJ Watt, out. The Bengals don't have anything, substantially. Trey Waynes is gone is going to be listed as doubtful tomorrow with a hammy. T. Higgins may not play, shoulder injury. Offensive line, they have a banged up thing there. I look at the numbers, like Cincinnati winning percentage at 51%, and the cover for 55%, and the spread's only 3 points for the game, and it's Pittsburgh favored at home. God damn. 43 under over? Under definitely. I'm looking at. I don't have any, I will be honest, I really do not have any faith in Joe Burrow at this point. I don't have faith in Joe Burrow because they if you actually saw that game from last week, he had 3 picks and a lot of the receivers weren't even close. I really think that Joe Burrow is still trying to get back into the swing of things after that knee injury from last year.
It says it takes about a year and a year of play to fairly get back to yourself.
I actually am probably going to agree with Jason on this. I'm going to take the Steelers, but I'm going to take the Steelers given the 3 points. And I'm going
as far as the recovery process of a torn ACL, let's not forget Adrian Peterson quickly recovered from a torn ACL.
Adrian Peterson is a genetic beast because he's tore his knee up quite a few times and he still is just ridiculous. Even at his age, he's ridiculous.
He's 38 now, I believe, right?
I know he's been doing well. Darnell, who are you picking?
Pittsburgh. You know why? For whatever reason, Cincinnati can't beat Pittsburgh. No matter what. Something goes wrong and Pittsburgh wins.
I believe Cincinnati did beat Pittsburgh last year. I believe so. I don't remember what the matchups are. I'm trying to do it without getting any videos played in the background. All right. Next up, the team that haunts the Bear Man's nightmares, the Chicago Bears, traveling to the dog pound in Cleveland against the Cleveland Browns. Both teams come in at 1-1. The Bookers have Cleveland winning at 63%, Chicago covering the spread at 52%. And the line for the game consensus is 45 under over, Cleveland -8.
Bearman. There's no Jarvis Landry for Cleveland.
Okay.
But OBJ is active for Cleveland. Mm-hmm. There's been no update on Baker Mayfield, so it seems like he's good to go.
I would imagine so.
Well, at least they didn't sprain both ankles.
Would you let that go?
No.
And guess what, Bearman?
Chicken butt.
Guess who's starting at quarterback for the Chicago Bears?
Let me guess. Oh, yeah. Mr. Kyle Fields.
Justin Fields.
Justin.
Oh my God, sorry guys, brain fart. Justin Fields.
Justin Fields,
Those
because Andy
goddamn brain
Dalton.
farts. That happens.
Andy Dalton cannot go, and they didn't want to give the reins to Nick Foles. So it's Justin Fields' show against the Cleveland Browns on the road in Ohio. By the way, what did Justin Fields come from?
The Ohio State University.
Ohio State. So his last game that he actually literally played was in Ohio for the Buckeyes, and his opening start is in Ohio. I like how that works out.
What are the odds?
I don't like this because I think this is what Matt Nagy was trying to avoid. Because it is Cleveland. You do have Myles Garrett on one side and Jadeveon Clowney on the other side coming. And I'm going to take Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you, Playmaker. I have to go with Cleveland because the question is, I mean, it's still argued. A lot of folks believe that Mr. Fields, in case I don't mess up the name, I'll just call him Mr. Fields if that's cool. It's unclear or it's debatable whether Mr. Fields is ready for the NFL or not. This game is probably going to make it quite clear whether he is or not. So it's going to be we'll have to wait and see situation. But because Mr. Fields is under tremendous pressure, because this Browns defense, whether you like it or not, it's pretty damn good. So the odds are not in his favor. He's under tremendous pressure. He's a rookie, so I think the Browns are going to win.
Okay, the Yoda has stepped up to the podium. I don't trust any one of these teams. I know, it's week 3. Teams should be kind of in motion. But I'm going to track back to week 2. If Tyrod Taylor didn't get hurt, the Browns are 0-2. Just know this. If Tyrod Taylor doesn't get hurt last week, the Cleveland Browns are 0-2. The Bears are banged up. They are a mash unit waiting to happen. No Andy Dalton. Tyshawn Gibson, doubtful. A crap load of players on their questionable list. Browns are going to be without offensive lineman Chris Hubbard and linebacker Sione Taki. Sounds like a potato chip. I don't know. I after Cincinnati kind of like screwed.
Would you just make a pick? Jeez.
I don't have faith in either team. I wish they would both be.
Yeah, we went through the same thing with the Giants and the Falcons. You still got to choose.
Browns, but not covering.
See, that was not hard.
It is very hard. I have a reputation to uphold. Okay. We move on from that to another squash. Baltimore at Detroit. Baltimore 1-1. Lions 0-2. This is one of the highest win percentages I've ever seen. Ever picking games. Baltimore at 70% and covering the line at 51%. So the game line is, believe it or not, Baltimore -8, under over 50. Who would like to go for this one?
I might as well. Well, the Detroit Lions defense, that's the problem. And then you got a high-powered Ravens offense despite the injuries, so just get straight to the point. Not because might as well, so Ravens, bro.
Darnell?
Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson.
All right.
So I'm assuming Baltimore big.
I don't care.
I say this is going to be a lot different game than a lot of other people expect, because Detroit is actually capable of putting up some points. And with the news now that the Ravens have also placed Brandon Williams, Justin, I'm going to butcher this guy's name. He's probably going to come to my house and murder me. Justin Matabuki, Justin Houston, and Jalen Ferguson are now going on the global bastard list. That's already 4, including the laundry list of no Ronnie Staley, no Derek Wolfe, questionable of Chris Board, Pernell McPhee. List goes on and on. Marquise Brown, Hollywood, is going to be on there for a ankle injury.
Hey, Andre Richardson, thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you.
And top it all off, I'll tell you this. Lions looked pretty good through 3 quarters against Green Bay. But then again, it's Green Bay. They've put up 33 points against the San Francisco 49ers. Thank you, Kobe, for coming in. Pittsburgh fan, even though he's in Detroit, I give you tons of respect for that. Because I'm a Patriots fan in New York. Just knows. Ravens win, but don't cover. It's a very big possibility. 8 points. No, I'm going to go take Baltimore giving the points. On both. But I think this game is going to be a lot closer than everybody thinks. I really do.
We all on the Ravens. The Ravens.
All right. Here comes the clusterfuck from the Razor. New Orleans, 1-1. Patriots, 1-1. Games in the Razor at Foxborough. They have New Orleans winning 53% and covering the line at 57%, which is a little bananas.
Okay, so we have Jameis Winston, who beat up on Green Bay, even though he didn't throw for 200 yards, but he threw 5 touchdowns, and then goes to Carolina, and he gets beat up on. That's how we get the 1-1. New England. Miami did just enough in Foxborough to get you. Just enough. And then you make Zach Wilson look like a rookie that he's supposed to be in, because that's what Bill Belichick does to rookies. He makes them look like garbage by throwing multiple interceptions. In this case, Zach Wilson threw 4. So that's how y'all got the 1-1. So the question is, Bearman, which 1-1 team do we like more from what we've seen? Is it the Saints or is it the Patriots?
I gotta go with the Saints.
He's picking the Saints on the road too. That is in Foxborough, right?
Yeah.
He's going New Orleans.
Well,
I like the Jets. I like the Jets.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. Number one, Jameis Winston is not Zach Wilson, and the Saints are not the New York Jets. That's what I'm going to say.
That's true.
Okay, but now I don't expect the Saints to go up to New England and just control the entire gridiron. They might control it briefly, but the Patriots aren't going to go away. Now, we all know the Patriots are not what they were a few years ago. They're not in that top dominant form, but New Orleans really has a chance. And the question is, can they get it done? Can this defense kind of really control Mac Jones, force turnovers, do all that, and Jameis Winston have a good game? So if they can, they win. There's a lot of unanswered questions, but I really feel more comfortable going with the Saints. I mean, no disrespect, Ricky.
Listen, you have to look at it this way, and this is the way I will always look at it. Foxborough is one of the toughest places to play. It is notorious for teams coming in that are normally used to playing in a dome, which we know now that the Saints will not be home for even longer than what it was expected. Okay? It's Bill Belichick. Obviously, Jameis Winston, we've seen the Jekyll and Hyde the first 2 games. Plain and simple. We've seen, I could throw 5 bombs for 147 yards only because I had a short field. The Patriots defense did improve a ton with 4 turnovers last week. Yes, it was the New York Jets. Again, just end the season. However, again, you have the Alvin Kamara effect. You have the Damian Harris effect. Numbers-wise, you got to understand that obviously Belichick is preparing for one of the roughest stretches in the season because he's got New Orleans and Tampa back-to-back. as much as I would say that we want to sit here and probably play the Jameis Winston game, I disagree. I'm going the Pats. They're a home fave with 3 points, and I think the Patriots defense is going to stand up a lot more than what a lot of people think. And I have the over, by the way. Okay. Just a quick pick because I don't think we really need to talk about this very much. Arizona at Jacksonville. Winning percentage for Arizona, 71%. Arizona covering at 50%, 56%. Cardinals are 2-0. Jacksonville 0-2. And the line is Arizona by 8, under over 52. Anybody?
If everybody's on Arizona, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
There you go.
Aye.
I love. May I at least give a brief explanation to why I'm going with Arizona, gentlemen?
Sure.
Because number one, Kyler Murray's on fire, and as is DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, and the Arizona defense is pretty freaking good. So basically, the point is Arizona's got a lot going with them, and it's going well. And the Jaguars have a lot going on, but it's not going well. So the team with everything going well has a higher chance of winning. So that's why there's honestly no way that Arizona can lose this game. So get straight to the point. Arizona's Arizona. Kyler Murray, I expect him to have a good game through the air and on the running game.
Darnell, I see one problem with this game.
I can care less.
Why is Arizona only favored by 8?
I can care less.
That gives me a little bit of a red flag for the game, by the way. As much as I know Arizona's going to win, there is a red flag with them only giving 8 points. That is a red flag. No joke.
If Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer get their first win over the Arizona Cardinals, Arizona's going to feel it from the media.
Okay, moving on. The Washington football team versus the Buffalo Bills up in Orchard Park. For some reason, the feed on my phone is going bananas. So apologies to anybody if it keeps feeding. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah. Anyway, we have Buffalo with the winning percentage at 63%. Washington covering the spread at 53%. Both teams are 1-1. We have Buffalo -7, under over 46.
So Buffalo lost the game to Pittsburgh when they controlled the first half and couldn't do nothing in the second half. And then they took it out on Miami, what we talked about earlier, getting past New England Patriots. Then we get to the Washington football team, who still doesn't have a name. They lose to the Chargers on opening week, and the Giants being the Giants, they win on Thursday night the following week. Buffalo! Even though Washington does have a defense, I'm still taking Josh Allen.
I gotta send this.
I agree with you, Darnell. The Washington defense is still good, but they are being a bit overwhelmed. And the fact that they got a bit overwhelmed against the Chargers and against the Giants, now they're playing Buffalo. Now, Buffalo is not the Chargers, and they are sure as hell they are not the Giants. So I believe if the Washington defense gets destroyed, it's going to show signs that they're on their way to just imploding. So, but, Buffalo, I just can't see them losing this game. I mean, I still believe that the Washington defense is going to be able to sack the quarterback a couple of times. They might be able to force a few turnovers. I mean, that's what they're going to have to do. But I think at the end, Buffalo is going to be too much for them, especially for Josh Allen. But Josh Allen is going to have to connect and make some good plays. And the running game for Buffalo is going to have to do the same. And for Washington, if Tyler Heineke can do what he did in the playoffs, really challenge, I mean, we're in for a good game. But I think Buffalo, under the circumstances, Buffalo comes out on top.
The Redskins have shown a lot of resilience this year for first 2 games.
Hey, you can't use that word. You can't use that
resilience?
Word. No, you called them by their old name.
I don't care.
You can't say that.
I don't care because I just saw a logo that matches the Washington football team on the bottom half of our ticker. Washington, who have the exact same logo as the Washington football team. Hello, how much of a copyright crap ass could you do that? Again, Washington's been really resilient throughout the entire year so far. I believe the Heineke experiment is working. As much as I would love to see Mr. Ryan Fitzmagic freaking do his deal, I got to tell you, Buffalo's actually been pretty balanced. The defense is pretty good. I don't know how much of a difference they're going to make against Buffalo's wide receiving core. Buffalo's going to win the game, but I think it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be 7 points though. I'd say maybe 4 or 5 tops, but Washington's offense is pretty good, and their defense is pretty solid. So I think it's going to be one of those close games. All right. We got the 4:00 slate finally. The New York Jets just end the season traveling to Denver, Colorado. I'm hoping it snows. Against the Denver Broncos. Yes, I really hope it snows.
In September.
It's happened before. It's happened.
Yeah.
It's snowed in April. So
all right,
September?
All right, we're gonna do what we did last time. Everybody in favor of the Denver Broncos say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye, aye, sir.
Just to let everybody know what the line is, because I do have to make this pick. It is the Denver Broncos by 10.5, 42 points. Ooh. No, I'm not. I'll actually take the Jets getting the points. And I think it's going to be the under. All right. That was easy. I love this game.
Denver's really going to have a fun time playing against a terrible Jets team at home.
Listen, if they waxed the Giants the way they did in week 1 and they went to Jacksonville and did the same, that just might be a minor stepping stone. And once again, Jet fans, just because we skipped over the game, I'm going to mention this. Get off the ledge. You are rebuilding. You're putting in a brand new system with a brand new head coach, offensive coordinator. Give it some time. If you jump off the ledge and they win 5 games, that was your problem. Okay, Miami at Vegas. This took a very, very big downfall. All
right, go ahead, give them the line, and I get the news.
Miami is actually, it's Vegas favored by 4, 44 under over.
No Tua Tagovailoa. That means Jacoby Brissett gets the start for the Dolphins. They still have a good defense. They still have a tons of receiving Devontae Parker, who's trying to emerge as what he should be. Can't sleep on Miami, regardless of what's going on. Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders looking pretty good through the first 2 games, beating Lamar Jackson and the Ravens on Monday Night Football to open the Monday night slate, and then going to Pittsburgh and take care of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Steel City. Like I said, you can't sleep on Miami, but Bearman, I'm gonna ride the hot hand. I'm gonna ride with Derek Carr and the Raiders.
Well, like you said, the Raiders are doing pretty good. Good on offense, good on defense. And in Miami, without Tua, it's bad enough that Tua is so injury prone, and now that Tua's on injured reserve, a lot of people on Twitter are flirting with the possibility of Deshaun Watson leaving Houston to go to South Beach. So as far as that goes, well, I don't know, so I'm not even going to get into it. But yeah, it's straightforward. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't see how Miami has a shot. So yeah, I have to go with Las Vegas.
I'm going with the Raiders. I have the feeling that the Raiders are on a hot hand right now.
I mean,
And
there's just not really much to explain. So, I mean, yeah.
well, no, let's not put into perspective the fact that the Raiders are not going to have Josh Jacobs probably tomorrow. He's listed as doubtful. Two of their starting safeties are probably going to be out. No Richie Incognito still. But they do have Derek Carr. They have Hunter Renfrow. They have Darren Waller. They have Henry Ruggs III. I would love to see this wide receiving core and the offense go against that vaunted Miami Dolphins defense that gave the Patriots fits week 1. But at this point, yes, Jacoby Brissett is starting. I would like to see the run game try to actually do something against this Raiders front seven. But Vegas at home in the black hole, the new black hole, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm going Raiders, but I don't think it makes the over. I think this game's gonna be under. Okay, where'd the mouse go? All right, there it is. Next, Seattle versus Minnesota. Vikings 0-2. Seattle Seahawks 1-1. Seattle with the win percentage at 53%. Miami covering at 51%. I'm going to start off with Darnell on this one because this one here is listed at Seattle -2.
Seattle coming off a horrible loss because King Henry almost ran for 200 yards on them, 3 touchdowns, and set up the game-winning field goal for the Tennessee Titans. In Seattle, by the way. Minnesota played a hell of a game against the Cardinals. Fought back and forth. Ricky,
Yes.
you can tell Jamal this. Kirk Cousins was not the problem. Kirk Cousins put that team in position to score points, and they did. If the defense would stop giving up points, maybe they win that game. That's just how that one goes. So shout out to Kirk Cousins. Now you at home. Now you got the Seattle Seahawks. We know Wilson was going to do Wilson things. We know that. But can Dalvin Cook do what King Henry did last week? This is going to be a fight to the finish. And I'm picking the Seahawks.
Bearman?
Well, speaking of Dalvin Cook, what's the status of his health?
Questionable with an ankle.
Okay. Well, the fact that it's an ankle, even if he plays, the fact that his ankle is banged up, it's already a problem. So the Vikings need to be balanced on the offense. The running game and the passing game, but the defense needs to make stops, force turnovers, and sack the damn quarterback. If they can't do that, they're not going to win. But just like to remind everybody else, Kirk Cousins is not the damn problem because he did play good. But the kicker obviously couldn't make the damn kick. But the defense, not being able to stop, puts them in that position. So that being said, if the running game can't go, if Vikings defense can't stop, Russell Wilson, they have to deal with Lockett and everybody else. It's going to be tough, but I have Seattle coming out on top. I mean, Minnesota is definitely going to put up the fight, but Minnesota just does not have any good luck.
No Anthony Barr. No Harrison Hand on defense for the Minnesota Vikings. DJ Metcalf? Yep. Tyler Lockett? Yeah.
Yep.
Chris Carson? Yeah. I believe Jimmy Graham is still in Seattle. Is he still in Seattle or is he in Chicago or wherever you go?
Shout out.
He's with Chicago.
Pissed off Seattle offense. Put up all those points, couldn't put away the Titans. Yeah, Seattle definitely dropping the points. Easy. Okay.
Game of the week.
Tampa Bay 2-0. LA Rams 2-0. Win percentage from Vegas. Tampa Bay 54% covering, 51% with Tampa Bay. Game is in LA, which makes it marquee for a 4:25 matchup. Which I probably would have made this the Thursday Night Football originally, but that didn't happen. I'll let Darnell lead on this one.
Take it away, playmaker.
All right.
Take it away, brother.
There's been a question that people in the sports world like to ask: Who has the best chance of knocking off Brady and the Bucks? A lot of people like saying the Kansas City Chiefs because they want that rematch, because what they did to Patrick Mahomes was surprising, said at least. But Bearman, do you know what team that gave Brady his worst performance as a Buccaneer?
Cowboys.
No.
Well, for this week, this
The Los Angeles Rams. Do you know what? Do you remember having on Monday Night Football last year?
Oh, yeah, that one. I wasn't sure if you were referring to this year or last year, but yeah.
No, since Brady has been a Buccaneer.
All right, yeah, that Rams game, yeah.
Completed 50, I believe it was 54% of his passes that game. Didn't throw for 300 yards. Threw 2 picks. By the way, both of them was picked off by a rookie. Now, when did we ever hear Tom Brady getting picked off by a rookie? Not once, but twice in the same game.
That's unheard of.
He was getting beat up. A lot of people like to attribute the turnaround for the Buccaneers was when Kansas City came in there and blew them out. No, it's the Rams, because the Rams, led by Aaron Donald and Jalen Hurts and the crew, beat up on Tom Brady. And you saw the effect when Kansas City came in there, and that's why Kansas City lit them up the way they did. Now, Ricky, I'll come to you. Because Brady's been a Patriot for 20 years?
Yep.
20 years. We seen if most people who don't really know Brady would know this. Even though Tom Brady has 7 championships, Tom Brady still remember that beatdown he took on Monday Night Football, don't you think?
It's probably going to be a vivid memory, but like you tried to make as a major news point throughout this week, the global bastard strikes again in Tampa.
AB's on the COVID list.
And I think this is one thing that they're going to overlook for Tampa. The walking Q-tip is not playing. Mr. Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, he's out too. I think is that putting COVID?
He is out for a hand/shoulder injury. So I'm kind of hoping he didn't hurt his Q-tip.
Yeah.
He may need to go to one of those places and get the Q-tip replaced.
Gotcha. All right. So Bearman, you know how I like to do my Ramley talk. I make my preseason predictions. I can't change from it. I said it Thursday. I said it during the preseason. Tampa Bay escapes the site of Super Bowl by 3 over my Rams. I'm going Tampa.
It's going to be really difficult. And I'm not talking about in my case because of fantasy football terms, but the fact that Tom Brady got beaten down, that's I doubt that he's in a mentality that I'm not gonna let that happen again. But it is in LA. So
hold on, before you continue on, let me explain why I'm picking Tampa.
All right.
When I do preseason picks, I have to ask myself, do I see my team going undefeated? If the answer is yes, then I'm picking them to win every game, correct?
Yeah.
If I don't see them going undefeated, what games can I see them losing? This is one of them.
I mean, nobody really predicts their team to go undefeated. I mean, obviously I can't because that would make me a total idiot. But this game, with the injuries, without Jason Pierre-Paul and with Mr. Brown on the worldwide bastard list, there's already the game it seems to be getting more interesting. But I just can't. I'm having such a hard time, but. The Rams can pull it off, but the fact that the Buccaneers have not forgotten what happened, they're coming in as a much more driven, motivated, and much more pissed off team. So that's why at the end, I have to go with the Bucs. I'm sorry.
I like numbers. Numbers are great. And I look here at the total over the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. Now, I'm seeing scores in here of 48-41, 46-34. Those points are like 80 points. Darnell, what did you upgrade in the offseason? What position?
Quarterback. We got Matthew Stafford, and you see what he did. Him and Cooper Kupp, that connection that's getting ridiculous already.
Okay. And what is one issue that the Rams currently have on offense?
I want to say an issue right now. I'll put a question mark right there. We're gonna see the running game. I don't believe Derrick Henry is gonna play, so I believe it's gonna be on Sony Michel, a former Pat, by the way. So we're gonna see if this running game can get something going on with Sony Michel, because he did look good at the end of the Colts game, but that's the.
But was that garbage time though? If you really want to consider that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The way I'm saying it. But I put a question mark. I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna put a question mark. I'm put a question mark because we still trying to figure things out. And with this 3-game stretch that we on, you said your team the next 2 weeks is critical for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We in the 3-game stretch. We got Tampa Bay tomorrow. We got Arizona coming in next, and then on the Thursday night we're going to Seattle. So we by the time we get to week 6, we should have a good indication of how my Rams look.
Okay, so here's your numbers. Reminder what I said. It said Tampa 54% for the win. 51% for Tampa for the cover. It is, by Vegas, a 2-point game. This is the way they're saying it. We're definitely going over. But here are some of the key numbers. The Buccaneers are 15th in offense. The Rams are 17th in offense. Defense, Rams, 12th. Buccaneers, 22nd. Passing game, 7th and 9th respectfully. They both can throw the ball. The Rams have a 6-position spot better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 25-31. No JPP. Damn, this is a predicament and a half. Because as much as I would love to see Thomas Edward Brady lose, and I could really care less that AB is on the global bastard list. I really don't think that's going to make a difference. It's weapons versus weapons. This is going to be another Monday night shootout. And the Rams did upgrade.
This is why it's the game of the week.
Mm-hmm. Again, should have been freaking 8 o'clock game. Should have been, telling you.
I can't dispute the 8 o'clock game. I really can't.
I am going to go with the Rams. Rams by like 4. But this is definitely going over the over of 56. Definitely. All right.
I don't mind taking that L and predict in that pick, okay? I do not mind taking that L. But if I'm being unbiased, knowing how Tom Brady acts, they escape with a field goal. So me and Ricky see it the same way. It's just he picked one side, I picked the other side.
Mr. Jason Rodriguez requested this lovely insight on this game. The Cheeseheads travel to the San Francisco Treats. Packers, 49ers. Just so happens to be, I believe it's Sunday Night Football.
That is Sunday Night Football. Go ahead and give the spread and over under real quick before I go in.
It is San Fran favored by 3, under over 50.
All right. So as mentioned earlier, when we talked about the Saints, like what they did to Green Bay in opening week, and then what we talked about with Detroit when we talked about Detroit and what Green Bay did, it was not a surprise of what they did. The only part of surprise is that Detroit battled for the first 3.5 quarters, and then Green Bay pulled away. But we knew Aaron Rodgers was going to bounce back. We knew what was coming. We knew this, so we was letting sneeze at. Okay, Green Bay 1-1, going to San Francisco 2-0, right?
Yes.
Jimmy Garoppolo's doing his thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can still run the ball, right?
Yeah.
They still have
I believe that's going to be the question mark for the 49ers, actually.
Running the ball. Okay, and Raheem Mostert is out. And we're going to see what Trey Summers looks like from the Ohio State. I mean, if you think about it, we put pressure on Lamar Jackson, didn't we? When it came to the Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Can we put that same pressure on Aaron Rodgers when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers?
Bearman,
And the last couple of times Aaron Rodgers went to the Bay Area to take on that damn team beat the brakes off him.
I remember they did in the playoffs almost 10 years ago, back in 2012.
yeah.
How long? When they went to the Super Bowl, they beat the brakes off Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game. They lost to Kansas City, unfortunately, but they beat the brakes off them. This is a team that has Aaron Rodgers' number. Can Aaron Rodgers get over this hump like Lamar Jackson got over his Kansas City hump? That's the question. And you know what? I'm going to take the freaking 49ers. I can't believe that.
Bearman, go for it.
I have to go with San Francisco, too, because it can't be explained any better. I mean, it seems that the 49ers, like you said, they have Aaron Rodgers' number. But San Francisco is pretty freaking good. The defense is good. The offense is good. Okay. And for Green Bay, the defense is the problem, right?
I don't know. Like the Darnell said before, they competed with Detroit for the first 3 quarters. They got waxed by New Orleans because you gave Jameis Winston a short field. I believe if Aaron Rodgers needs to succeed a little bit further, he needs to get rid of the man bun. Because that does not look cool on him. To me, he does not look enthused to still be in Green Bay. I just kind of see this. And if the 49ers bring the wood, Aaron's getting benched again. Getting benched. Big time.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Aaron Rodgers got benched in this game?
By the way, shout out to Out for Our Own End Zone on Twitter for following the show.
But if that happens, if Aaron Rodgers plays so bad that he is on the bench in this game, I mean, that relationship is already bad. I mean, it just went from bad to worse. But
get past the 49ers then.
Yeah, get past the 49ers then. But I think San Francisco is too damn good. I mean, the Packers can put up a fight.
RELAX. Get past the 49ers. Get past the 49ers. Because you don't get past the 49ers.
That's the problem. Yeah.
If you can't get past the 49ers, you ain't getting past Seattle. You ain't getting past Los Angeles. You ain't getting past Tampa. Get past the 49ers. Then we can talk.
So that would suggest that Green Bay's glory days are officially over, right, Darnell?
It's on his way. It's on his way.
But I mean, San Francisco is good, so I just can't see San Francisco not winning it. But it's Green Bay's going to come after them, but it's going to be about the final result. And because it is going to be at home, it's going to be in San Fran. Technically, it's Levi's team's like 40 minutes away from it. 49ers pull it off.
I believe Bearman should introduce us on Monday Night Football. Did you agree, Ricky?
Yeah, but I haven't even talked about this game.
Then you pick 49ers.
No, I haven't said a word.
You said something, but you ain't make a pick.
I'm going to say something now.
Okay.
He was helping me, like that.
I'm going to look at it this way. I look at the balance of the games that the 49ers have had as of late, okay? They only win by 8 against pretty much a hapless Detroit defense. Struggled to put up points against Philly.
Hey, Philly got a defense.
Again, question marks, okay? Can San Fran elevate that running game enough to get the play action going? Question mark. Green Bay's defense? Question mark. Vegas only has this game as a 3-point game. And San Fran being because they are the home team, okay? This may be one of those ones where I think Packers fans and 49er fans are going to run themselves into a wall with their head. Because I don't think either one of these teams, unless you contain Aaron Jones and you figure out what the running game for the 49ers is, you give the slight advantage offensively to Green Bay. But again, questionable on both sides of the ball for both teams. And the injuries for both sides are not real well. I mean, more for the 49ers than it is for Green Bay. And I think, again, still losing Mozart for the season is a huge, big deal for the 49ers because they don't have anybody that they had for that trio back in the last 2 years. I'm very torn. I really am. I'm going to tell you I'm very torn about this. One team is going to win by at least 3 points. I have more faith in Green Bay than I do the 49ers at this point. I'm going to be honest. I think the Aaron Jones deal is going to be huge because did he not score 4 touchdowns last weekend?
That he did.
Okay, so I would probably have more faith in Aaron Jones than I would in any San Francisco running back. And as much as I want to praise the 49ers front four, I think Aaron can get around it a little bit. So I'm going to go Green Bay.
All right.
All right. Last but not least, Philly. Traveling down to the world of Dallas. Both teams 1-1. Win percentage for Dallas at 61%. Covered for Dallas at 52%. Line for the game is Dallas as a home favorite at 4 points. 52 under over. We'll lead in with the Bear man on this one.
Obviously. Well, it's going to be a tough one because Philadelphia's defense, I believe, is third in the league. And Dallas' defense is not too good. Unfortunately, Keanu Neal is on that rolled bastard list. But Randy Gregory's coming back. But, the big problem is that the Cowboys' defensive line is completed. I believe there's only 4 left. That being said, we don't know if Micah Parsons is going to come in as a linebacker or defensive end. But I said this on my show is if he can put pressure on the quarterback, if he could do well on the pass rush, it makes no difference to me whether he's a defensive end or a linebacker. Now, the Cowboys' running game is going to have to explode. Zeke Elliott's going to have to snap out of it and actually have a good game. But Tony Pollard's also going to have a good game too, so the running game is going to have to be dominant. As far as the passing game goes, I mean, this is the first home game for Dallas, and this is and Dak Prescott already described this thing as a homecoming, so hopefully he can have a good game. But now, as far as the passing game goes, Amari Cooper, it was announced that he's been playing with a cracked rib since week 1. But if he's been able to get through it so far, then I don't see how that's a problem. Although now that it's known, it's going to be a target, so that's definitely a cause for concern. But I think the running game was going to be a difference maker for Dallas, but it's also going to be a difference maker for the Eagles because their running game is good as well. And Dallas's running defense is not bad, but it's not great. So that being said, it's going to be a hard-fought game, but I really think Dallas is actually going to pull it off.
Oh, wait, well, I'm waiting to hear about Darnell. He's still on mute.
No, go ahead. I'll go last on this one.
Okay. So there's no real injury report out yet for the Monday night game. Okay. That's what it's saying on NFL.com, which I'm using as a source today. You got 6th ranked offense versus the number 3 defense in the NFL. Second in the rushing game for the Eagles, where they are only at 22nd in the passing game. And a pretty stable 8th and 9th leveled passing rushing attack for the Dallas Cowboys. Again, I will put a lot more stock in Dak. I will put a lot more stack in a balanced running attack with Tony Pollard coming out there and giving Zeke some blow. And I'm not talking about the stuff you sniff. I will say this, again, that Dallas defense did get challenged by the Chargers offense last week. And again, I thought it was a great game. Are we going to see anything compared to what we've seen in years past? Probably not. Home game for the Cowboys. Yeah, I'm going with the boys. And Darnell, here's your turn.
You're on mute, brother. Oh, no, not anymore.
Monday Night Football. Under the bright lights. First home game of the season. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles. Bear man.
Yes.
You're worried, ain't you? You kind of worried, ain't you?
The Cowboys are that's what they do to us, man. They worry the hell out of me.
You're worried. It's the Eagles. You know about the Eagles.
I think we're gonna have to get Alex some adult diapers.
No thanks.
Out of all the teams in the NFC East that worries him the most when it comes to the Cowboys, it's them damn Eagles, ain't it? It's them damn Eagles, ain't it?
Because the Eagles cause us problems, brother.
It's the Eagles. Your first home game is under the bright lights, national stage, the $1 billion playpen, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles coming in first. Not the Giants, not the Washington. It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Gentlemen, is this another one of those situations where you would tell me or you would preach to me you got to have more faith in your team, Alex?
Actually, no.
Have I not been screaming at you for the first 2 weeks of the season about this? You need to. I hate it. As much as I'm going to say this, I am not a huge fan of Dak. History of this show.
Obviously, you guys know me.
This has been a ongoing thing for the last 2 seasons before this that I am not a Dak fan. However, Dak is going to come back and prove this year he has what it takes to get that contract. Plain and simple. He was out the majority of last year. What, after 5 weeks that he got destroyed, Alex? 4 or 5 weeks did he play last year? That they had to ride the Red Rocket? Okay. They obviously have a game plan where they're not going to overburn out Zeke. Zeke actually looks a little bit better this year than he did in years past, although he still has a gut and he can't fit into a uniform jersey. But at the same rate, they have a decent game plan. If they could just stay healthy, that would be the main concern for the Dallas Cowboys. But that offense is stacked. They're 8th and 9th in all of the stats.
So let me get this right. I believe somebody from the Cowboys is not playing in this game, right?
Yeah, that would be Mr. Neal, linebacker.
Yeah,
Keanu Neal. And Philly is getting the other tight end back. That would be Zach Ertz.
I still don't think it makes a difference.
So you giving Jalen Hurts his other tight end target. We know about Dallas Goedert, but did people forget about Zach Ertz all of a sudden? And then Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders. You know, this would be a perfect setup for the Dallas Cowboys. You went to Hollywood, you went to the site of the Super Bowl, and you beat the Chargers. Now you get to come home. Monday Night Football, and you get to play the Eagles.
But by the way, it says that he's listed as active for Monday, but there's possibility he may not play because he's just coming off the COVID list.
For Ertz?
Yes.
Well,
that's updated on the thing.
All right.
I will say this. This game right here, Bear Man, is going to show me if Dallas is taking this season serious. Because if you lose to
fucking better.
If you lose to Philly at home on Monday night, that's believe you finna go through a whole another season of what you went through last year.
Ah, great. Is that why Ricky suggested the adult diapers?
Yep.
Well, there's no need for them because nothing scares me. All right, I still got my show to run. You know
it's
what?
It's not the scary part, but it'll be the scary part if once again I call the Cowboys out, you down them, and they win a game.
If I do,
then
you know what?
You will be having the Hershey squirts by that point. No,
that means you're gonna scream. That means you're gonna scream at me.
Yes, I will scream at you on Tuesday.
I'm gonna roll with the boys today. But if they lose this game, Bearman, just know all hell's coming apart for the Cowboys. Because this is a game that you need to prove that you're taking it serious. Because Eagles are coming, and they are coming to take the division.
That's why this game has been listed as whoever comes out better in this game is probably the stronger favorite to win the NFC East.
By the way, the Zach Ertz injury is him coming off of the global bastard list, even vaccinated. So we know players now are still not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Did I just read that Boston College won in overtime? Wow. Okay. Well,
Mr. Michael Upton providing actually an update. Yeah, and I forgot to mention this. So the Eagles will be without their left tackle, and Randy Gregory comes back. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. And as far Cooper is questionable, but as far as Amari goes, I'm sure he's going to play, but I'm sure CeeDee Lamb's probably going to be looked at more because I'm not sure I'm pretty sure I would say that the Cowboys are going to be cautious with Amari Cooper, but he's been playing hurt for a long time.
Well, that's it for the week 3 schedule. We have another rendezvous on Tuesday are we doing 8 or 8:30?
That'll be your call. I'm not even on them. I won't even be on.
All right, so I'll discuss that with Bearman. So we will have a recap on Tuesday. We'll go over the Thursday night football game as well on there. We're going to have a separate college show, which would be awesome this week. Time and date still to be determined whether we're doing Monday.
Next 2 weeks.
Monday or Wednesday is going to be the college preview. Bearman and Playmaker will be on doing that. So that'll be another additional show for ArchRivals football. Guys, have any final comments before we finish shooting the load?
Nope. No comment.
Bearman? Playmaker?
Tampa, LA. Is this a preview of the NFC Championship game for the trip to play in the Super Bowl in that very stadium?
Big question. All right, everybody enjoy week 3. On behalf of the Bearman and Playmaker, I am the Prez. This is ArchRivals Season 3, and we are out of here.
Deuces.
Peace out.
Hey, did you like that show? Like, share, follow, subscribe. Share out our shows to all of your social media. Need merchandise? Check out paintrainpipebomb.threadless.com for quality merchandise at great prices. Tune in next time for another edition of ArchRivals Football, and we'll catch you on the flip side.